Hello, everyone. Come in, hit the like and share button. Make sure you are subscribed. If you are watching and tuning in on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and right next to it, hit the bell notification button so you will get a notification whenever I'm live streaming. Also, take some time to hit the thumbs up button, right? Take some time to hit the thumbs up button. If you are watching on Facebook, make sure you like and share this video on your personal Facebook page. And so on yesterday, I read a couple of pages from the book Millionaire Habits in 21 Days. Millionaire Habits in 21 Days. I'm going to continue with the next maybe 2 or 3 pages of that book. But I first want to start off with this. So yesterday, I am watching The Matrix, the original Matrix, I think released in 1999, right? So I'm watching The Matrix release. I already got the red pill. I be more red pill 81. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Shalom to you. Thank you for coming in and saying hello. And so I'm watching The Matrix, and it is this scene on The Matrix that it never captured my attention. I never really paid attention to it or grasped. But I'm watching The Matrix from 1999 again, and I hear and capture this scene. I'm going to share it with you. It is Morpheus explaining to Neo, meaning the one, right? Neo is the word one backwards, right? And it is Morpheus explaining to Neo residual, right? Residual self image. And I want to tie that into, I'm going to put it all together and tie it into residual income. I know. That's just the way I'm wired. I really want to go to live stream and talk about the debt ceiling. 10 days to United States decide, or they're going to, go bankrupt on its debts. I want to talk about that. But I wanted to cover this because what most people don't realize, it is their mindset, right? Um, that that forms your financial world. It is your mindset. It is your actions. It is either your inaction or your actions or the correct actions that shape your financial world, right? Um, God does not decide who's going to be rich or poor on this earth, right? Yes, we can be born in environments that are not applicable to prosperity, such as third world countries, such as what some may call a subpar living area, better known as the ghetto in some areas. Yes, because you are born in poverty stricken environments does not mean you have to have a poverty stricken mindset, right? Hello to you, wealthy Rico Supreme. He and I was on a private Zoom last night. He was setting up and purchasing his cryptocurrencies that are backed by or linked to real world commodities. And if you are a study of the Bible, I believe the Bible is basic instructions before leaving earth. The Bible is very much a book about prosperity. It is very much a book about prosperity. There are more rich and wealthy people in the Bible mentioned than poor people. It is a book of prosperity. In fact, as I was saying on the Zoom last night, Jesus' 12 disciples that he chose were businessmen, right? In fact, the coat of many colors is that Joseph, but the coat that Jesus had on during his um, crucifixion, they cast lots for the coat, means they took bids on the coats because of the value of the coat that Jesus had on, right? And so much prosperity, so many rich and wealthy people, from King Solomon to Lydia, business people, from Peter and Paul. Paul was a tent maker. Peter was a businessman, a fisherman. Abraham, Genesis states, was very rich in livestock, gold, and silver. We know Job went from losing everything he had, went going bankrupt, below bankrupt. and to getting everything double restored back to him. So the Bible is definitely more so a book about prosperity and commodities and riches and wealth. And as I was discussing on that live stream last night, if it's not backed up, it's probably made up, right? Let me say that again. If it's not backed up, if your crypto is not connected to anything, right, then it's probably made up. It's probably made up. So let's get into this residual self-image. My question to you is your residual self-image keeping you struggling financially, right? Is it keeping you from obtaining residual income? Again, you all hit the thumbs up. Let's watch this from the original Matrix.
Try to relax. This will feel a little weird. This is the construct. It's our loading program. We can load anything from clothing to equipment, weapons, training simulations, anything we need.
Right now, we're inside a computer program?
Is it really so hard to believe? Your clothes are different, the plugs in your arms and head are gone. Your hair has changed. Your appearance now is what we call residual self-image. It is the mental projection of your digital self.
Okay, so let's pause right there. He said your appearance now is what we call your residual self-image. It is your mental perception of your digital self, right? Your mental perception of your digital self, your residual self-image. I want to talk about what is going on outside of you is no more than a reflection of what is in you. Let me say that again. What is going on the outside of you in your outer world is no more than a reflection of what is in you. So let me retract this just a little bit so you can hear it, so you can catch it, so you can change your mentality, right? From the inside out.
It is the mental projection of your digital self.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain. This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world as it exists today. Welcome to the desert of the real. We have only bits and pieces of information, but what we know for certain is that at some point in the early 21st century, all of mankind was united in celebration. We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI. You mean artificial intelligence?
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines. We don't know who struck first, us or them, but we know that it was us that scorched the sky. At the time, they were dependent on solar power, and it was believed that they would be unable to survive without an energy source as abundant as the sun. Throughout human history, we have been dependent on machines to survive. Fate, it seems, is not without a sense of irony. The human body generates more bioelectricity than a 120-volt battery and over 25,000 BTUs of body heat. Combined with a form of fusion, the machines had found all the energy they would ever need. There are fields near, endless fields, where human beings are no longer born. We are grown. For the longest time, I wouldn't believe it. And then I saw the fields with my own eyes. Watched them liquefy the dead so they could be fed intravenously to the living. And standing there, facing the pure, horrifying precision, I came to realize the obviousness of the truth. What is the Matrix? Control. The Matrix is a computer-generated dream world, built to keep us under control in order to change a human being into this.
Now I'm going to pause so you all can catch that as well. He said, in order to change a human being into this, he's holding a battery. That means robotic simulation. He said human beings will no longer be born; they will be grown. If you pay any attention to Elon Musk is often shown dancing, kissing robot simulations, but to stay on topic, the reason why that I shared that because of the residual self-image. The residual self-image where we have a community of people who is more interested in having knowledgeable conversations and knowledgeable discussions without doing anything to change their self-image and their income trajectory. Like Ryan, right? I'm gonna give you an example. Ryan, hello to you. Thank you for commenting. Ryan says, I hope y'all caught John Wick 4 in theaters. Now, Ryan, this is a great example. What I mean by the residual image of your income as well as your self-image. Do you know, Ryan, that people will tell me sometimes, right? Some people, not all people, that they don't like to share information. They don't like to market information. They don't like to convince people or talk to people about investing, or they don't want to, seem like a network marketer, for example. But yet people will market and advertise movies, shoes, clothing for free all day, just like Ryan just did. Hey, y'all go check out John Wick 4. But if you ask them to do that same thing for residual income, they won't do it. They won't do it because that's their residual self-image. How will people look at me if I promote something that will help them financially? But we can talk about Popeye's chicken sandwiches. And made the line when Popeyes first released the chicken sandwiches, the lines of Popeyes was backed up to the streets. Right? The drive-through it kept a rotation of customers. But when you ask people to do the same thing, right? Go watch, they'll tell people, go watch this movie, or they'll post on their social media. Oh my God, you need to go see this. You need to watch this. They'll debate about the stats of LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Kobe Bryant, and know those stats to a T, but won't even know their own financial stats. They won't even have an idea of when do I want to retire? What do I want my retirement age to be? Many people, believe it or not, they will retire when they can draw Medicare and Medicaid, not when they want to. When they're 62 and 65 and can get government benefits, when you ask them, how much money do you have to invest, right? How much of your income do you have left over after your outcome expenses are paid? They have no recollection of those stats, but they can tell you the NBA stats, the NFL stats, right? Baseball team stats, major league sports. Go watch this movie. Go eat this food. Go buy these Jordans, right? Go do anything for entertainment purposes, but not for income producing purposes. So this is why. This is why. We was on a Zoom last night and we were in conversation about cryptocurrency and cash flow. And there was an older woman, I won't say elderly, right? But I will say older woman. And she provided her age on that Zoom. And she said, because of my age, I'm not aggressively trying to share any information with any people that seem to be linked to a network marketing type or MLM opportunity. You wouldn't believe how many people do not know the power of having a home-based business, for example. That if people would share the good news like they share the gospel, right? How many Christians or the people that go by the title Christ-like or Christians are afraid to share the gospel? They get none of the tithes that come to the church, right? They get none of the financial benefits to come to the church. But because what has been installed in them and their belief system, as I always say, a lot of people need to get rid of their BS, which is their belief system. But because of what has been religiously installed in them and their belief system, they will promote a religious belief and having read very little of the Bible for themselves, right, for interpretation. And they will promote that while the preacher or the church is in charge of the collection plate, where there's no financial gain, no financial benefit of their own, but because of their belief system. And it is because of a lot of people's belief system. Hello, Miss Howard. Thank you for coming in. It is because of so many people's belief system that they are struggling and living paycheck to paycheck, or they're not experiencing financial freedom. A lot of people belief system, things that they have been subconsciously taught from their childhood going into their adulthood. See, there's two brothers, for example, and one brother was asked the question, why are you an alcoholic? Why are you an alcoholic? And that brother said, because my father was an alcoholic, right? The other brother was asked the question, why haven't you taken a drink in your life? Why is it that you never sampled alcohol, never tasted alcohol, right? And he said, because my father was an alcoholic. Same scenario, two different mindsets, two different belief systems. 100-year-old lady was asked, why did you go back to school at 100 years old to get your college degree? And she said, because of my age, right? I've lived to see 100 and I'm thankful. And I've never received a college education. So before I leave here, I want a college degree. Another lady who reached 100 years of age was asked the same question, who had a high school diploma, and asked, why don't you, or why didn't you ever pursue a college degree? And she said, because of my age, because I'm 100 years old, I never been to college. So I never pursued a college degree. So when the older seasoned woman said last night, well, I'm X amount, I'm this age, and you know, I still work a job at this age. And I was introduced to network marketing 20 years ago. And during that time, I was not successful. A same 76-year-old lady, right? 76 years old. The first lady was not 76, but I'm not going to give her age. Another 76-year-old lady was asked, why do you aggressively pursue network marketing? Why do you share this? Why at the age of 76 are you learning a new financial skill, how to trade? And her answer was, well, I was introduced to this years ago. And had I done it years ago, I would be further along now financially than what I am. But because I procrastinated, because I gave up when I was introduced 20 years ago, now at the age of 76, I aggressively share this program because I understand that my amount of days on this earth may be limited, and God has blessed me to see 76. So I approach this every day like a gazelle, as Dave Ramsey would say. And I wake up and I get out the ground running hard because I'm 76, right? One lady is not doing it because of her age, and she feel like she's over the age amount to aggressively pursue it. But another lady who's 76 is aggressively pursuing this and sharing this and learning new financial skill because of her age. See, people, you have to get to a point in your life where you erase excuses and you expect to elevate. Yeah. When you're erasing excuses and you're expecting to elevate, let me tell you this. I've never met anyone that worked for God that told me, well, I'm just working for God. You all let me cut my phone off. Oh my God. Use my comb. Since I don't have my braids in, I had to use something because my nails are so long. I've never seen anyone that worked for God that was broke. That was broke. See, again, businessmen became some of Jesus' first disciples, and business women as well were his early apostles. See, this is the part that you may not hear in church about the Bible and its teaching of prosperity, right? Mary, who was the mother of Mark, a disciple, had holdings she held in her name, and she also had a maid named Rhoda. Mary, the mother of Mark, had real estate holdings in her name and had a maid. Now, what broke people do you know that have maids in their house named Rhoda, who first greeted Peter, who came to pray together in Mary's home? You want to fact check me? Go to Acts chapter 2, verse 13. Right? If you want to fact check. As I said earlier, Jesus' robe was so valuable that the Roman soldiers at the cross, they cast lots for the robe that Jesus was wearing. Jesus had money. He had money to the point where he needed a treasurer. Right? And I know the treasurer sold him out, but guess what the treasurer sold him out for? Judas, 30 pieces of silver. Real money, real wealth, real prosperity. And speaking of that, when the United States have to make a decision whether it's going to default on its debt in exactly 10 days, what do you think is going to be used to reset that financial system? Gold and silver, because it is real money. It is real wealth. And in the Constitution, which has not changed, it has to be used to reset the currency system. And you know how many people have worked all of their lives and never held real money in their hands. Not, they've held cash. They held what's called fiat currency. But money is weighed in ounces, right? They work all their life. See, life doesn't give you what you wish for. Life gives you what you work for. You don't believe me? Go to the scripture. Faith without works is dead. You know what works mean in that sentence and that scripture? Faith without the correct corresponding action is useless, it's dead. So coming on my live streams, right? Wanting to know, have you saw the latest movies? Have you seen the latest Netflix documentary? Have you seen the new Red Bottoms or Jordans or Louis Vuitton? Designer clothes. The latest basketball game debate. I love sports as well, but as Snoop Dogg say, I keep my mind on my money and my money on my mind. Someone made another statement. See, I'm talking about your BS, your belief system. What is it? That money does not make them happy. One time we was on a Zoom, said money does not make me happy. Money should not make anyone happy. That's what their comments was. And I said, well, money makes me happy. It does. See, whatever it is that you cannot confess, you will not possess. If you cannot say that having money adds some joy to your life, if it does nothing but pay your bills, you won't possess a whole lot of money. In fact, Ecclesiastes chapter 7 says that you should invest your money into 7 or at least 8 different streams or revenues of income, because you don't know what disaster may come upon the land. And to go furthermore, the Bible says money answers all things. I didn't say that. The Bible said it. Take it up with the writers of the Bible if you don't believe that to be true. And so I said, well, I don't know. I said, and I listened, and money doesn't make you happy. You know, people want quick fix. Listen, there are ways to get income on a daily basis. You can learn a new financial skill such as forex trading. You can even enroll for crypto trading alerts that will give you alerts of when to buy cryptos, when to get in, when the best time to cash out. Right? There are ways, there are skills. And don't tell, well, Queen, where is that in the Bible that I should be trading? I'm glad you asked. Matthew 25, the parable of the talents. Right? The parable of the talents. The one that had the most skill set got the most money. And the one that had the most, according to their own ability, the one that had 5 got 5 ounces of gold. And then it went on to 2 and then 1 ounce, the one with the least amount of ability. And then Matthew 25, the parable of talents, said they went out and traded, and they got an immediate return. Immediate return. The one that got 5 more. The one that got 2 more. And then the one that had 1, the least amount of ability, went and dug and hid his money in the ground. I mean, he didn't work his skill set. He didn't work his ability. He had a BS. He had a belief system. His belief system, if I just keep what I got, when the master returned, because he's a strict and hard master, I will at least give him what he gave me. And that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. And my thought process, I'm like, okay, that's not bad. At least he kept it over the years. At least he was able to keep what he had. He didn't go out there and spend it. See, people that struggle financially, they spend first, and then they invest the little they have left over. They never learned the principle of paying themselves first. Now, poor people just spend. They don't invest anything. They don't invest anything. Poor people just spend money. They get their paycheck, they pay their bills, they seek permanent comfort over lifelong prosperity, right? Permanent comfort over lifelong prosperity. They spend everything that they have, and they don't even have a plan in place that will sustain them in retirement, right? But the poor working class, right? And most of the middle class, they spend, but they only invest within the revenues or the avenues rather of their job. Their only investment is in retirement. Their only investment is a 401k, which is looking more like a 201k, right? Due to inflation and increased prices. They never take their money outside of their job and get a financial education to grow it. See, your financial education is your responsibility. No one else. It's too much information. It's too many books. It's too much knowledge out here to say the school system didn't teach me about money, to say my parents didn't teach me about money. And so the one that had a little bit say, okay, master, I'm giving you what's yours. And the master called him wicked and evil. That's why it's always mind-boggling to me when people that haven't grown their money always in a depression want a rapture to happen. Because according to the Bible and according to Luke 19:13, it says, do business until I return. Most of them haven't did business. It always amazes me. No one wants a rapture during good financial times. But for some reason, as if famines are listed in the Bible, they think that whenever depression comes, listen, depression always follows progress. After progress always comes depressions. After progression always come depressions. After winter always comes spring. After spring always comes summer. After summer always comes fall. And after fall always comes winter. You can't change the seasons in life, and you're not going to change depressions happen after progression in the economy. It happens every 8 to 10 years or long, a little bit more, like clockwork. So what do? You do like the ant. The Bible says, be like the ant, thou sluggard, and you prepare. You don't go into winter. If you are a farmer and you go out and curse the ground for not giving you a harvest, but what you do is during the springtime, you begin to plant your seed for the spring, summer, and fall seasons to sustain and prepare you for the winter. You don't ask or want a rapture because you didn't prepare for winter. So let's read this. Principles. I got the tools on how to get wealth, but nothing inside me changed. Again, this is 21 Millionaire Habits in 21 days. I found out how to make money investing, but still inside of me was a force stopping me from stepping out and taking risks. I still had the fear. I still had the stress. I still had the anxiety, and all of this held me back from using the tools that I was given. See, money is just a tool. It's just a tool to give you financial freedom. It's just a tool to give you more quality time with your children. It's just a tool to give you the tolerance to stay on a job you love or to walk away from a job that you hate. It is a tool to travel the world. It is a tool to bless others. That's the way you should view money. So these tools are important, but if you don't change the inside, you will never be able to elevate yourself on the outside of your life. What is going on the outside of you is no more than a reflection of what is in you. My mentor said it this way: if you don't learn how to go within, you're going to have to go without. See, looking good on the outside is for man, it's for people to look good when you want to look good on the outside. But looking good on the inside is for God, and it's for your inner man, your inner self, your inner spirit. That part of your mind that does not want to change, that does not want to be disciplined. The part of your mind that expect prosperity without progress, without discipline in your life, without having a plan. See, prosperity follows progress and a plan, not a prayer. Not a prayer. I've never read anywhere in the Bible that anyone prayed for prosperity and they got it. In fact, King Solomon didn't even pray for prosperity. He said, Lord, give me wisdom and guidance and knowledge on how to direct your people. And as a byproduct, because he prayed for wisdom, God said, I'm going to make you the richest man, the richest king that ever ruled, that ever lived. But King Solomon was smart enough not to pray for money, but yet to pray for wisdom. And what did he pray for wisdom in? For leadership, to lead people. When you pray to do something that's bigger than yourself, God blesses you on a level that's bigger than yourself. Let me say that again. When you pray for something that's bigger than yourself, God blesses you on a level that's bigger than yourself. If you want God to solve your problems expeditiously, then start wanting to solve the problems of others. See, the way you can get residual income by changing your residual self-image is that you are confident that when you share any type of financial information that can help people grow their money, especially as we are entering an economy, you are confident that you are sharing that information to help somebody else. And as a byproduct, King Solomon said, I just want wisdom on how to help people, how to lead people. And as a byproduct, he got blessed with money. And if you call that being a network marketer, then that's just a biblical principle. So you can change jobs, you can change marriages, you can change addresses, but it seems that nothing changes in your life. This is because what is in you is creating your world. You need to change the inward man, and then the outward man begins to produce. See, when you change the inward man, the inner me that many people say, but when you change the inner me, the outward man can do you no harm. So you went to a seminar after seminar and you got some great tools. You left pumped up and excited, or maybe you went to church and you jumped and you shout and you left excited. And you went home and told your spouse that what you was going to do. You told them about the money you was going to make. But a few weeks later, it came time to step out. It came time to put some money down. It came time to start that company, to buy that crypto, to buy that land, to buy that real estate, right? And you said things like, well, the economy is really bad right now. The market is no good. Right now may not be the right time to start a business. I don't know if this invention is that good. I don't know if network marketing is not a scam. I don't know if cryptocurrency is a scam. You know what a scam is? In my opinion, still complaining about money. That's a scam. Still complaining about money. Do you know when I started first investing in Bitcoin in 2018, I had family members who knew nothing about Bitcoin. They never read the white paper. They didn't read it. They didn't research. I'm doing the reading. I'm doing the research. I'm the one gaining the knowledge and information. And they had the audacity the unmitigated galls to tell me it was a scam when they knew nothing about it. Don't allow people who don't study what you study, who don't research what you research, tell you something is a scam. Right? And so the sad thing is, doing 1 or 2 years of wasting time, over 100,000 people became millionaires using the principles that you said wouldn't work. You know why some people become rich and others don't? Right? You know why some people become rich and others don't? Because one person studied the life of millionaires and they got in the circles of millionaires. They've given them advice, and they found out, they say, you know what, becoming a millionaire and a multimillionaire is easy to do. But there were some people who didn't get in the company of millionaires, who wake up every day and go to work with no life goals. They wake up every day, and as I showed you on the matrix with the battery, they're robots to their life. They do the same thing. Those are the people that's going to go to work, pay bills, have some good times here or there, take vacations that they cannot afford on their credit card, love on their children sometimes, but never have quality experiences with them, never take them to have quality moments and experience parts of the world. Right. Those are the people that may travel to Florida every now and then, and that's their vacation. Or they may decide to go to California or Hawaii or maybe New York, but not travel internationally, not travel abroad. That's one of my goals, people, that I have on my goal list, is to travel internationally more. You may say, Queen, why do you have a goal list? Why is it important to have your goals written down? Because when you have them written down, your goals, it becomes a magnet to you. It attracts you what you want. That's a biblical principle as well. Haggai 2:2, write the vision and make it plain so the herald may read it and run with it. When you have goals written down, and you not only have in life what you want, but why you want it. What is your why? What is your why? If you say you want to be a multimillionaire, my question next, okay, that's what you want, but why do you want to become that? Why? Do you want to offer experiences to your family and loved ones that, unless you're a millionaire, you won't be able to offer them? I told my cousin, I was on the phone with my cousin last night, and I said, I want this grandiose family house for the family, that we have cookouts, and I'm going to have everything for the youth that come. They can fish, they can go boating, kayaking, right? I don't know, how the waves will be, but maybe boating. They can play tennis, they can play basketball, whatever sport, and they can have a game room, right? It's going to be a grandiose cookout. The people that, are so godly, they can be on one side of the house or the mansion, and my people that just want to play cards and use some profanity here and there and have a little wine for the stomach's sake, they can be on the other side, but we all gonna get along. Some have horseback riding for the kids, for the youth. See, what is your why to your what when you write your goals down? I want enough money to make everyone in my proximity experience some peace and happiness in their life. To give quality moments and memories with the people that I love and that I encounter. I want to be like Al Green that says love and happiness. I want financial freedom so that my daughter and I can travel and explore and learn through traveling. I think that's the richest experience you can have. I want enough money that I can have rich relationships where money is not a problem. I want to smell rich and prosperous. I want to wear the best of fragrance. I want to ride in the most comfortable vehicles. I want to know what it's like to help someone financially less fortunate than me that deserve to be helped, not begging for money, but just came across some hard times in life and that they have a good heart and they just hit a hard spot in their life and I can help financially, that I can help finance their dream and their vision. Yeah. Why do you want to be rich? Why? For King Solomon, he said, Lord, I just want to be a better leader to your people. What is your why? Is it because you have a vision that's bigger than you? Or you just want to be rich just to be rich? And it's all about you. And usually the people that have a vision that's bigger than themselves to not only help them, but to help others, those are the ones that not only get rich, but they stay rich. Because they value rich relationships. So it is time you realize that you will never go beyond what is in you. As you will see, your subconscious will sabotage your circumstances. People, I'm going to drop right there. I'm going to stop. I could did a mic drop, but I'm going to stop right there. Your subconscious will sabotage your circumstances, your ideas and life to keep you at the level your mind is now. It would hold you back. You want more, but your subconscious mind would not allow you to get more. Your subconscious mind will sabotage your success. When good people come into your life, your subconscious mind will remind you of the bad incidents that you had in the past, and you will drive away the good people. When a good man or woman come in your life, your subconscious mind will remind you of your bad relationship, and you'll always remind the good people what the bad people did to you, drive them away. You get some financial success, and your subconscious mind will find a way so that you can spend it and put an end to it. Right? The parable of the prodigal son went out and spent all he had and abused his financial blessing. And that's what some people will do because they feel subconsciously that they don't deserve it. So when you think like a millionaire, and this is why I want to help 111 people in my lifetime. I hopefully more than that, but that's my goal. One of my goals, to become millionaires and multimillionaires, to take things to the next level, right? Your same gifts and talents, if you step into your identity in a matter of time, it can happen if you would think differently. If you would think differently. Every single person who's listening to this live stream right now, right, realizes that he or she has the information that they need available to them. Your ideas. Let me close this book, and I'm just going to freestyle from about 5 minutes. I was reading Matthew 7:7, and I was looking at the word ask. That's also an acronym. It spells out ask, A-S-K. And Matthew 7:7 simply says this: ask, and it shall be given. And it shall be given. Most people don't even ask God for wisdom. They don't even ask. They don't even ask God, where do I start? What do I do? I've been struggling financially all my life. I've been struggling mentally all my life. I've been struggling with sleep apnea all my life. I've been struggling with weight gain all my life. And I want to experience weight loss. I've been struggling with mental stress and mental disorders all my life. I've been struggling with speech disorders all my life. Lord, tell me, where do I start to handle these disorders and dysfunctions in my life? Some people don't simply just ask God that. So the first thing you have to do, ask, means seek get the information first. Get the information, and that comes by asking the infinite intelligence. Lord, where is the information that I need to help me with this? That's a very simple question. Ask. Then the S says you must seek. Seek. The S is seek. Seek who, Queen? Well, let me give you this. You all need to take notes on this one, because this is good. You need to seek ideas. Seek ideas. What are some ideas that you've been having that you haven't acted upon? You need to imagine. Use your imagination for some things. Imagine some things. Imagine yourself traveling. Imagine yourself with mental peace. Imagine yourself with your weight loss goals. Imagine yourself eating healthier. Imagine yourself exercising. Right? Use your ideas, use your imagery, imagination, and then identify the 3 I's in seeking mentors. This is where we mess up a lot of times. Because where you want to go, there's somebody who's already traveled that path and broke through the challenges that can take you through the same path and help you. See, you know what mentors are? Mentors are a shortcut to success. See, the battles you fight, your mentors have already fought those battles and won, and they can teach you how to win too. It saves you energy. It's a system. Saving yourself time, right? And energy and money in most cases. Saving yourself time, energy, and money. Having a mentor success system. Identify mentors, seek ideas, and seek imagination. And then you have Matthew 7:7. Ask, seek, and knock. What does knocking mean? This is your fifth eye. Yep, the fifth eye. Knocking means now the implementation process has to come. See, some of you all have the information, you have the idea, you have the imagination, you dreaming about it all the time, you're thinking about it all the time, you're meditating about it, you identified the mentor, and you know what? You just have not took action. You haven't implemented anything. You haven't implemented anything. Faith without work. You have not took action. And expecting better without the correct action is an illusion. That's the sixth eye. You are in an illusion if you think your world's going to improve, your finances going to improve, your weight is going to improve, your mental health is going to improve. If you don't implement anything, that's illusion. See, knocking is an action-oriented process. Seeking means you got to identify mentors, because mentors help you find things that are hidden. They give you light and revelation. When your mind was in the dark about some stuff, now you're enlightened. See, when I was a child, we would play the game hide and go seek. And while playing the game hide and go seek, you had to close your eyes and you had to go in the dark and you had to go within and you had to count and then open your eyes to come out the dark, to see the light. Again, we can add another eye to this and says the inner being, inner discovery, your inner spirit. The Bible also calls it a still small voice. So seeking sometimes requires you to identify mentors because things are hidden in the dark and they need to give you the revelation of light. But a lot of people don't get to the knocking process. See, if I knock on a door, that's an action oriented activity. And a lot of you all don't take action. Asking can be done with the mouth and the mind. Seeking can be done with the eyes and the mind and the imagination. But knocking is an action oriented physical process. It's not a mental process. It's not a mouth process. It is a physical process that must be implemented. And this is where most people step. So if you're just not coming in, I showed the beginning of the matrix that talked about your residual self-image. And now I'm showing you an opportunities for residual income. People, again, it's only 10 days left until the United States has to decide what they're going to do with the United States debt ceiling, right? With cryptocurrencies, I've always say if it's not backed up, it's probably made up. If it's not backed by something, these cryptocurrencies are backed by real world commodities, things we use on a daily basis. BGLD is black gold, also known as Texas tea, right? That crude oil that we use on a daily basis globally. We also have the physical digital link gold, right? Which it is not backed by real gold. It is linked to real gold. The difference is that you can purchase this digital mining software. And that's what I'm showing you, what the software looks like. And you can accumulate these tokens every day, 365 days out of the year, 24/7. And you accumulate tokens that works for you from a one-time purchase. See, it's the difference between making a one-time purchase in crypto and however much money you have, that's the only amount that you'll ever accumulate. No, you make a one-time purchase in these digital software licenses and what's called digital software. It mines for you every day, daily, and you accumulate more tokens. You enter in at a low entry point with a very high possibility of future gains to grow your money on autopilot. We have natural gas where there's black gold, crude oil, there's gas. You have debt. This is the utility tokens. You want cryptocurrencies that have real use cases, real utility. Debt is the acronym for decentralized, eco-friendly blockchain technology. People, if you learn to get rich in the metaverse, you can get rich in the universe. You need to understand blockchain technology. In the school system, some years ago, they introduced something called STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math. Well, now it's time for you to understand blockchain technology and how digital currency, and as little as beginning in July, and in 10 days, United States is deciding what they're going to do with the debt ceiling. It's about to replace physical currency. You have Grow. This is high yielding agriculture, cryptocurrency, over 10,000 acres of land for soybeans, for plant-based medical, such as hemp, right? Hemp, medical-based, herbalist-based, natural-based medical remedies. You have cocoa beans, you have rice, SPLR, and no, I did not say XRP, but SPLR is the satellite technology that scans the Earth. It's collaborated with Google Space, right? Scans the Earth and find these commodities. You know why commodities is always best? Because man cannot create it. It's not man-made. And so does the value of commodities, especially in a depression, it will skyrocket because of supply and demand. The less in supply, the more demand will be. And on another note, this is why I educate you all about copper and silver and aluminum, because all three of these precious metals have a global shortage, people, and the shortage will drive the prices to new all-time highs. Beverage. This is from a beverage industry. They make rainwater. In fact, I'm drinking vitamin water. This is what made 50 cents a billionaire. Vitamin water, right? Made him a billionaire. Beverage is supported by uh, water, again, rainwater, wines and spirit, carbonated beer, and also tea, right? And coffee. I know this is in Mississippi, but I know in the southern states, they love their tea. And everyone around the world globally love coffee. This is all in one. These are cryptocurrencies that are backed by real world commodities. If it's not backed up, it's probably made up, people in the crypto world. I'm just telling you, this is blocks. This is commercial real estate. People, let me enlarge my screen to say this. Commercial real estate with blocks. Let me say this. If you want to know how to make money in real estate through royalty income without having renters, rehab, or renovations, that's the 5 R's. You want to know how to make digital money in real estate without having renters, worry about rehab or renovations, and you get royalties from these commercial real estate deal, then you definitely want to text CC to 331-444-5556 as well. Drip is supported by creating clean, fresh water, right? In fact, I read something before I hit the go live button. It said Joe Biden is cutting off water supply to some states. So when you think about the water crisis that happened in Flint, Michigan, and Mississippi and Kentucky and places like that, didn't have clean water to drink, right? This is what this project is for. And starting tomorrow, I wish I had some type of sound to give it a plot. Let me see, can I find something? People, we have a DCM mining project that will mine projects like Bitcoin, where this is what's happening. Let me get my sound effect. Let me see. All right, so I found it, right? The DCF projects is at pre-sale, and over the last few weeks, the ecosystem license are available to purchase. It will start tomorrow. This is the physical action of mining Bitcoin, people. Bitcoin. If you can't afford $26,000 for one Bitcoin, people, let me enlarge this. This is the time so you can see it. The digital mining of Bitcoin, this starts tomorrow, right? And what's happened, I'm so excited. See, what you all don't know is that this says NAT energy. This is abbreviated for natural gas. And a lot of places that mine crude oil, black gold, Texas tea, where there's crude oil, there's natural gas. And so usually these energy sources and natural gas, they would just dispose of the natural gas and not use it. And so because the presidency and the economy is going to a green economy from solar panels, this is why physical silver accumulation is important as well. For solar panel, green energy, right? And Bitcoin consumes a lot of energy to mine. A lot of energy to mine. And so now this natural gas energy burnout that would have been otherwise unusable and lost will be used at data centers to validate transactions. And it will be to transaction process off the blockchain. And it will be supported by the physical action of mining Bitcoin. And people, you purchase these digital licenses and digital software. And this is up to 10 years perpetuity income. I remember when I watched one of the most recent Whitney Houston stories, and in her contract, she said, I think to the end of the world unto perpetuity. And she will begin to tell her daughter that I love you into perpetuity to the end of the world, I think, right? Perpetuity income, royalty income. If you watch that Michael Jordan movie, his mother negotiated deals for royalty income. Jason Weaver, who sung Akuta Matata, talks about how his mother negotiated a royalty contract on that song. People, it's time for people who do not have a financial education and financial literacy to understand the power of perpetuity income and residuals and royalties and passive income. Right. So also, if you want to purchase your physical gold and silver again and copper, because the shortage of these during this recession that will ultimately lead to a depression will drive the prices up. Go to millimoves.com to get into these cryptocurrencies that are backed by real world commodities. If it's not backed up, it's probably made up. Text CC to 331-444-5556. Also, remember Matthew 7:7. Ask. Watch the beginning of this. If you're just coming in on the residual self-image from the Matrix clip that I showed, and people, it is far time to get rich in a recession, right? I'm gonna leave you with this: Proverbs 10:22. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper. No. I'm sorry. I'm quoting something else. Proverbs 10:22. May the blessings of the Lord make you rich and add no sorrow with it, you all. Queen out. You all have a great afternoon, evening, and make sure you're subscribe to me on YouTube and hit the thumbs up on this video, whether you are watching live or on the replay. Queen out.